Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. These colors going all crazy. How we doing today? It is too loud on the music, but it is Monday, a brand new month, being August the 5th. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Did you get up to do anything nice? Did you relax? Did you do any hypnosis? Who knows? So yeah, let me know. So we're bringing back the Power Talk. I think it's like our third one. We gave up on, not gave up, we put them to one side for about 6-7 months. But we're bringing them back. Twice a month. And this will be episode, I think, 1012. Let me have a quick check. Check. Yes. 1012. And what about the stocks? What about the stock market going all crazy? But it's okay. It's for long-term things we do. I was thinking about incorporating that into today's stream, but then I was thinking maybe not, because this episode won't be out until September. So it might not be relative. Oh. So we shall see. We shall see. And all the tech things happening on servers. We had some technical issues today as well with my coaching call. I say mine, my dad was taking it. But yeah, some tech issues happening around the world. Servers, people going crazy. People just wanting to sell things. But no, I don't sell. But I declare that I'm not a financial person. In terms of take my advice. You wouldn't want to do that. Just merely in a projector screen. There's all of smoke and mirrors. Oh my goodness, look. What's this about? Oh, there we go. But it still looks a bit funny. Oh, there we go. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, hello there, Jen. Great to have you here. My week has started out well. I managed to go for a 3.5 mile run, which was nice. What happened to this camera? No, let's just do it digitally rather than adjusting it physically. No, go back, go back. Let's fix this. Do you remember when this camera used to move? I used to make it move, but I haven't used it for a long time. But that's my other camera getting in the way. There we go. Yeah, I went for a nice 3.5 mile run. Then I was interviewed for a podcast. And then I went for another workout. Did a little bit of work, edited the coaching call for people in my program, got out the replay, and then this happened. I turned up here. Hey Mina, great to have you here. Welcome. And Michelle as well. Welcome back. Great to have you both here. So yeah, I've been pretty boring in the sense of just working out, eating good food, like healthy food, being tired, being at a deficit. That's not so fun after a while. It's been to Monday yet. It's been, I think it's my 6th week of eating the same foods every single day. No change in foods. I've added to it, but the same food, like just chicken breast, eggs, protein powder. That's been my life for 6 weeks now. 6 weeks. 6 whole weeks. What's all that about? 6 whole weeks. Oh, my camera totally is moving. Right, let's reset. It shouldn't be moving, unless there's a spirit here. Which oh my goodness. Don't know what happened there. Do I like being interviewed? Yeah, I enjoy it. I have no issues with it. This was talking about leadership, like the type of issues people are having, because a lot of people I work with are like professionals. Some could be entrepreneurs. Not everyone, of course, but they can be in... They're passionate, purposeful professionals, you could say. So they got a career, and I was asked to talk about, when it comes out, I'll send the link. I don't think it's out for another week or 2 yet. But how to navigate the stressful times, what to do, how the mind works, and all that. It was only like 25 minutes, so it was nice. But he's a good friend of mine. Shout out Doland. That side is annoying me. It's not going to do a thing, is it? It's not going to do a thing. So yeah, I enjoy interviews. I don't do many of them, but I do enjoy them. I'd like to do probably more. I'd like to interview more maybe as well. Because we interviewed one of my past people in my group who like created that song. Amazing guy. I had someone who was in The Secret. Mike Dooley, is it? Or not? I don't know. I forgot. I shouldn't forget things like that. And that was fun. But should we do more interviews? Who would you like to be interviewed? Who? And I'll see if I can. They might say no, but you can always ask. Subscribe. Right here. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the bell. Well, hello there, Med. Great to have you here. Welcome back. Happy Monday to you. I need to pause this quick. Pause. Where is it? Quick, don't move. This one. And resume. Yeah, my weekend was good. It was just walking out and walking a little bit. It was nice. It was nice. Got out on the trails. I put a picture in my Instagram. Gotta scroll back. You don't want to see those. You want to see those. Look, that's me on the trails. Wrong camera. There I am. Look at that. As my dad would say, you never see a happy runner. And you can tell by that face. I was happy, but just not. Doesn't look like I'm smiling. But that's me on the trails. I'm not a smiler though. I can't smile on demand. I don't know why. I look silly. Yay, Mary's here. Welcome back. You got it in the beginning this time. Last two, you're a little bit unfortunately late. Salutations to you. Hey, welcome back. Where have you been? All the way from Japan. It's been ages. What, has it been like 6 months, maybe? Where have you been? Great to have you here, Hero. All the way in Japan. How awesome is that? I'm going to do a quick test. See where are we in the world right now? So we've got someone in South Africa. We've got someone in Beirut. Adelaide. There's people just listening to a bit of the podcast. Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, London. 4 people in London right now. We've got people in Canterbury, Canvey Island. Where's that in England? Basildon, right near Bournemouth. I don't know where that is. Bradford upon Avon, Birmingham, Bradford. We've got 2 in Dublin. We've got 1 in Bishop Auckland, which is near Durham. We've got Dingwall in Inverness in Scotland. We've also got people in America right now. Who have we got in America? We've got one in Charlotte. We got Louisiana. Culver City, which is a place in LA. All the way up to Bellingham, which is above... I've been near there. In Washington. All over the place we've got. No, it's a different one. It's a different... I'll get you other comments in a minute. Let me spell it out to you, Mad. It's a different one. Are they still listening? Oh, just quick. I've got to zoom in on them. It's like... It's Busrsledon. So Basildon. I was thinking of Basildon. But I don't know. This one's right near Southampton, between Bournemouth, Portsmouth, and Southampton. Who did I miss in the comments? Did I miss anyone? Hey, Teresa, great to have you here. Welcome. Well, that's kind of you. I don't know what I said. I don't usually know what I've said is funny or not. And it's very quiet in here to know. This bit of a quiet. All I got is Mr. C. And Mr. C, he is a hard crowd. He's a hard crowd. He's a hard one to please. Nice. Oh, good. I'd like to go to a pub sometime. That's another thing. I haven't had a beer, an IPA, in 6 weeks today. 6 whole weeks. Does it show where I am? So this is not the live stream. This is just people who are on the app right now. We've got 96 users right now on the app. But there's going to be a delay. So it says like 30, like 96 users in the last 30 minutes. So if you went on now to the app, I don't know how it works on the analytics, but it'll probably be another, I don't know, it could be up to 30 minutes. And it doesn't, YouTube would never give out locations. YouTube would never give out locations, so no, I wouldn't know anyone for anyone. Nice. Nice. Do you want to see a magic trick? And I've been doing a lot of magic recently on these. We'll start in a few minutes because it's... How do I feel about water? How do you feel about water? I don't know, it tastes like water. That's my answer to that one. But having been off the IPA, I am 12 pounds down. Of course, it's about eating right and working out as well, but it's definitely helped. Oh, magic trick. You ready? You ready? I have a great ability to... Some can be an alchemist, right? So some people will have an alchemist, so they'll turn this into gold. Alchemy. I'm not an alchemist whatsoever. I don't have that ability. But I do have the ability to change colors. Not personally. I used to when I used to blush, but not anymore. So. Magic. Not only do I do power talks on hypnosis, a little bit of magic. And in case you thought it was all a difference, look, it's back again. In fact, I can create two of them at the same time, and they're both there now. And then I can make one disappear and just have one back. And then I can have this one here. Look at the size, look at the size. Measure it. And then what I can do is make it smaller. And if you didn't think that was if I made it smaller, you can compare, not with that one, because that would be the one which is bigger, to that one. So, yeah. Magic. Absolute magic. And I accept super chats for magic. Tips. Best to go on the website for that. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. You're very welcome. Whoa. Less of that, please. Banhammer. Right, enough with the funniness. Did I tell you before that my brother is actually a magician? Did you know that my brother is an actual magician in the magic circle? We had to do tests. It is true. He is a magician. Some of you will know that. What one's... Oh yes, a magical stick. Yeah, I like that one. I haven't got one here though. I haven't even got a sound effect for the... Maybe that. Maybe that. Yep, that's the magic you're gonna get. Okay. Does anyone want me to talk on a specific topic while we go through this live stream? Anything in particular you're like, I would like you to talk about this? Hey, what the goodness? Can't move my window. You're a real clown? Wow. No, it's just me over here. All my other family, nieces, nephews, brothers, mum, dad, all in England. My other brother came to visit last year though, so that was nice. But usually I've got to go back because it's very expensive to take a family to America. Because of like school times and things like that. So it's easier for them to just go to Europe, like Spain or somewhere. Self-worth is on your mind. Let's add a little bit of self-worth. We can do that. Right, how many people we got here? Oh, crazy. We are not growing well with the live stream, so I should probably stop talking in general. Persistence. Yep. That's funny. Maybe we should dial back these live streams. See what happens in the future. Right, let's get to it. Maybe we'll go make it a quick, powerful one. Actually, let me just... Oh, goodness. Nice. Mad as well. And married, that's cool. Yeah, creativity, intuition, I can try to add that into it. Right, now let's turn down the music. And let's just see what happens when it happens. I know, well I can, just not on camera. I'll just be by myself with Mr. C. But we've now hit 100, you see, we might as well just quit YouTube streaming. Because right now we've got like 13 people on the stream. On my app right now, we've got over 100 people. So maybe we're in the wrong business. Maybe we're in the wrong business of live streaming. Even my other live stream the other day, right? Yesterday, in fact, had like 50 people on a live stream on one of the sleep ones. So we don't really get that on these ones. So, something to think about. I'm actually changing a lot about my business at the moment, so we'll see what we can do with this episode though. Enough about that business. Okay. I need this button, then that button, and then this one here. Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Joseph Clough, and this is episode 1012. And today we bring back another power talk. Now, every so often, a couple of times a month, I try to go live, or I do go live on YouTube, where I get to do the hypnosis, meditation, and also these power talks, because I'm very much known for more of the hypnosis, but some people do like it when I talk about the psychology at a conscious level. And that to me is actually very, very important. You see, at a, excuse me, oh, I have my voice there. At an unconscious level, that is where the issue is stored. We all know that because if you could change, you would. But if you cannot change, it must mean it's unconscious. So we use things like hypnosis to try to undo the limiting thoughts, the limiting beliefs, the symptoms which show up, all of those things, which is absolutely amazing. It is absolutely possible. I see it day in, day out, especially people in my program. They're able to let go of their biggest issues, which they've had for decades, using hypnosis, all within 8 weeks, just to let it all go and allow life to just dramatically show up differently, whether it be financial abundance, whether it be relationships, going off and travel. We've got people in the program who are doing these amazing, epic things by doing the hypnosis, but also because they're doing the conscious work. It's about making the unconscious conscious, because that means you have the ability. Now, in the previous episode or I should say the previous meditation we did, we were talking about kind of connecting to our best friend, the unconscious mind. And the way we do that is in a very conscious way. We want to be able to get in touch and get in rapport with our conscious mind. Our unconscious mind. Because it has been doing what it's been doing for so long that we feel separated from ourselves. And that's why we're talking about this loads and loads of times, where we dislike our issue, and therefore we're disliking the thing which runs the issue, which is the unconscious mind. So what we have to do is start to become conscious of what's really happening beneath the surface. All the time, we just tend to focus on what is happening to us. We tend to focus on the outside. What are the results we're getting on the outside? So money's not coming to me, or the relationship is just showing up all this friction. So we're always looking outwardly to try to fix what is happening. But we've got to look on the inside at that conscious level. You've got to get very clear to define the kind of life that you would like to have. About probably 3, 4, 5 months ago in my program, I was talking about a rich life or a first-class life. If you were to think right now, a first-class life for you, how would that be? What would a first-class life on an average day be like for you? Even if you find it hard to be able to think about that because of all the stuff. But if you were to step to one side for a moment and just consciously consider, what is that dream first-class life for you? Now, it could be the things you have in that first-class life. It could be the people in that first-class life. Maybe people you know presently, or maybe someone or people that you're yet to meet. You might not be really clear on exactly whom, but you may have an idea that first-class life might involve someone who's not in your life right now. Think about the type of actions you'd be taking every single day, living that first-class life. How does it change your health in that first-class life? How does it change your relationships, your career, your finances, your emotional well-being, your spiritual well-being? Really think about that. You see, we tend to focus on what is getting in the way, and therefore we think we can only expect more of the same. That stress, that resistance, that pain, because it's always been showing up. It's always what we've known about. But you've got to change your level of focus onto what you exactly want. We know about the reticular activating system. If you don't, very briefly, whatever's fixated in the mind at an unconscious level, it will seek for more of the same thing. It could be the exact thing, it could be a similar thing. So if you're focused on anxiety, for example, your unconscious mind is like, I'm going to look for more things to be anxious about. What else could I be anxious about? Always like just jumping and bounding to the next thing. And that's when we get out of touch with ourselves. It starts to keep running beyond what we want. But if we start to switch that attention to exactly what we want, what would that dream first-class life be for you? Really consider that. Now, one of the questions I asked, it wasn't about the whom, it wasn't about the what, but I actually said, how would you show up on a day-to-day basis? How would you personally live that life? What kind of thoughts would you have when you're like, yes, this is my life? Would you be going, do you know what? I am good enough. I am worthy of the riches. I am deserving. I am capable. I am able. I am lovable. I am absolutely immensely valuable that I can begin to just do what has to be done. No matter what the challenge, no matter what is the getting in the way, because that will still happen even in a dream first class life. Things will still happen, but it's how you'd show up differently to them. And that can lead us to a lot of clues, right? A lot of successful clues. Because what that future you will be doing, or that imaginary you in that first class life, is going to be significantly different from this present you. And that means what we've got to do is start to think and operate like someone who is living that dream first class life. Right? If you start to operate, if you start to assume that feeling of that wish fulfilled of that first class life, you start to think that way, you start to be your biggest supporter, if you start to go, yes, I am worthy of this, and even if you're not, it is okay. But as long as you're doing the work to make that happen, whether it be apply for my program or let it all go in 8 weeks, or wherever you do it by yourself, or wherever you find someone else, I don't really mind the how. Like, I know my how works. But the first class dream life kind of person will find a way to make things happen. They won't rest that everything is just done. They will actually want to live more, have more, be more, evolve more. And you see this with, for example, with entrepreneurs. They get to this level and they get to like sell, they go public, sell the shares, or they get moved off the board, or they sell the business to someone. And then they're on the beach and then suddenly they're like, I'm bored. This is not, being on the beach every single day is not the dream first life. And you might think it is, by the way, but I think after a period of time, you'll be like, actually, I want to be of purpose, in purpose. And that is the magical side of things. That's the creation. That's the innovation that starts to happen when you step into that role of power, where you have to reclaim whatever you've been going through, no matter what's been done to you. And a lot of bad things can be done to us, right? There's a lot of people in the world which don't have our best interest. They could be narcissists, they could be abusers, all those things. We've all gone through different levels of badness. But even if that is the case, it doesn't mean we should accept it. And by acceptance, like acceptance, just because someone did something to us, or just because this situation happened, maybe the economy went crazy, maybe the boss sacked us, maybe someone broke up with us, it does not mean because of that external influence that we have to stay static in that pain. We've got to rise up. We've got to decide and declare that actually, even all that stuff happened, I'm going to declare I'm more than that. I'm worthy of more. In fact, I'm going to prove it by becoming the person I want to be in that first class life. When you start to do that as well, anxieties and worries will start to diminish, because you're consciously creating something else. Now, we can get into the weird and wonderful. We can go into the spiritual. We can go into all the quantum stuff, whatever it is, right? We can go lean deep into that. We could just go by logic. We could just go by biology, like the reticular activating system. Whatever it is, I still believe the answer is always the exact same. When you start to show up, things will show up. When you start to show up, people will show up. When you just start to show up for yourself, you will enforce your boundaries so no one else will enforce them on your behalf. When you show up every single day like you are living that first class life, even if money's not around you right now, even if there's a lot of pain going on, when you start to operate from that place, when you start to think, feel, and really act and react in a way that really shows that level of living, I believe in the magic. Magical things will surprise you every single day. Like I said, we can go to biology, the reticular activating system, the part of our brain looking for to say, well, now if you go, I'm going to shine differently, I'm going to live that first class life, your unconscious mind is going to look for the exact same energy. It's going to look for the same things that match that requirement, which then goes us into the level of thinking, well, what is going to be our requirement to live this life? What kind of value are we going to put on ourselves? What is that benchmark that we're going to go, actually, I am more than this? Even if you think your benchmark for self is lower. I think I talked about this on another podcast just recently, actually. Growing up, I thought I could only get C's. So guess what I got? Only C's as tests, or worse, C or below. But once I started to change my thinking in later life, whether it be finances or health or relationships, once I started to dial up my expectations for more, my unconscious mind went for more. And that means the conscious level of thinking is so important in all transformation. Because hypnosis can be like a do-to, right? Like you listen to my voice and hopefully your unconscious mind, although the hypnosis sessions, I'll be honest, look, I'm trying to fit it for everyone, right? So I'm trying to be very general on the topic. But once you start to, so hopefully that all works, and that's why I say listen to it 30 days and or 30 nights or more if you need it. But once you start to dial in that conscious level of transformation, you start to hone down. That's why even my program at the present, I'm going to be stopping it soon, but I do actually custom hypnosis sessions for the person. But we get the conscious clarity first. We get the understanding of the root cause. We understand what is that dream life. What I tend to do it in our modules is like we got the 1.0 version of us and then the 2.0. Now, of course, we're going to get you to like the 5.0 version of you. We're going to keep upgrading. But that present level compared to the 2.0, the first class life, we have to define it. And therefore, once we define it, we act upon it and start to go all in. And you might be thinking, well, I've invested in myself. I've been doing this for so long and I'm not getting the results. I've been listening to hypnosis. I've been reading this book, that podcast, that coach, that counselor, that therapist. I get it. That can happen too, because not everyone is going to truly know what you're going through. So that is where you find someone who understands you, understands that level of the conscious and unconscious. I'm not saying that's even me. My program is very, very specific. I only want to work with people I like to work with because I want to be able to be happy every single day working with those people, right? And take no offense on that. I just want to live a happy, good, first-class life, right? I want to meet with people who I actually thrive and enjoy, and we start to grow together. That's what I love about my work. That is why I love that dream life. That dream life consists of me of working, even doing this episode. So you want to incorporate your passions, your purposes, and your missions. But going back to the subject, you want to find someone who you resonate with, who will lift you up, who will give you the realities and the strategies to get to where you want to be. Now, there is two things to consider when it comes to making the powerful changes that you want. The first one is the imposter syndrome. And the second one is the imposter syndrome. So why do we have two imposter syndromes? Well, with that dream life, you're probably going to think, well, who am I to have that dream life? Who am I to be financially abundant? Who am I to be with my love? The person of my dreams, the person who just makes me feel happy every single day, who's going to look out for me and lift me up every single day. Who am I to have that career? Who am I to be a leader? Who am I to create my own business? Right? That's the first level we've got to overcome, because we don't know what we don't know. And that's why we take a deep dive into your unconscious mind. But then the interesting one, the second reason, once again, imposter syndrome, is when you start to get that dream life, when everything is working on your terms, guess what you'll tend to do? You'll go, this won't last for long. I just know that it's going to be taken away from me, or I'm going to be found out. Like, I'm now living the job that I want, my career, I'm passionate, I'm purposeful, and now I'm like, what if it all falls down? Or I found that relationship, they love me, and what if they abandon me? What if it was all too good to be true? Could be the same for health, it can be for career, all of those options. So along the way, realize when you're living that first-class life, you want to also take into consideration of upgrading the conscious and the unconscious mind to overcome those two levels. Level one of where you don't know what you don't know. So therefore you got imposter syndrome, or you got lots of fears and doubts of not being good enough. And then when you get it, you think, oh my goodness, is it going to be taken away from me? Are people suddenly going to figure out I am an imposter? But once you start to go into the profound transformation at that conscious level and unconscious level, where every part of your identity on a logical level, on an unconscious level goes, do you know what? I've got this. I am worthy of this. I'm deserving of this. I am capable of this. I have all the resources I need from the inside to the outside. Every day I radiate greatness. But today is a day that I'm going to be surprised with a magical life. There's going to be something that's going to happen in my day to day that's going to show me that the world, the universe is listening to my thoughts. Even if it's my unconscious mind, which is eavesdropping on all the goodness that I'm giving it. All the gentle words, when I'm doing the quiet work that no one sees every single day, I'm telling my unconscious mind at that conscious and unconscious level. So consciously, I am therefore affirming through doing that quiet work, I am ready to make that change. I'm ready to receive that mentor. I'm ready to receive that opportunity or that coach or whatever it is. And then when they do show up, because when you decide it, I really believe they'll be like ready for you. They'll be like, yep, let's do this. You too then have to also carry on with that momentum. It's so easy to get cold feet when everything starts to fall in line. That's almost that level 2 of imposter syndrome. It's right here, but now I'm getting cold feet. Consciously, you've got to push through that and go, do you know what? Yes, I'm going to get hesitation. Yes, I'm going to get anxiety, but maybe I'm interpreting my anxiety, that hesitancy on it, and like just confusing it with anticipation. You see, anxiety and anticipation are very similar in energy, but they also operate very, very differently. You want to be able to see that anxiety and turn it into anticipation, that this could be your moment where you start to live that dream life, where you start to honor that future you by operating like that future you, by assuming responsibility to take massive action. Because anyone who's done anything magical, if you look around at any success, most, I'm not going to say all, most of them had to show up, go through that initial pain, whether it be in financial investment. Like, it could be going to university, right? That's a big financial investment. Or working with a coach. You need those educators there to support you. But whatever it is, even if you don't do that, you still got to show up for yourself. And you got to go, I'm all in on me. Because maybe I've not been in, sorry, it's a bit hard to say those words all at once. It's a bit hard to be all in on me when people have treated me bad. I might have had to do it alone, but to really, that's like going backwards almost. That's going from fear. But we've got to go lean into the all in on me to go, do you know what? I'm going to do this for myself. I'm going to live the life that I want because I am worthy of it. I am a loving person. I want to leave a legacy. I want to be a dreamer. I want to have a mission. I want to be able to live life to the full. I want to show up the way I like to, and I want to show up like I want people to show up in my life. How are you ever meant to find that person to show up for you when you may not be showing up for yourself? How are you ever meant to get that financial abundance? How is money going to show up for you if you're not showing up for yourself? It's all equal energy. And that's why I've always loved the sentence, whatever you want wants you too. And that's why you got to operate at that energy level. Because how is like, if you're shining very dimly in light, how is the brightness going to get to you? You've got to be brighter and like a beacon of light. You've got to go, I am all in on myself, and therefore money's going to go, hey, I see you over there. Or that relationship person who you've been dreaming of your life is going to go, oh, I see your light. But until you show up for yourself consciously and do that work, and it might feel like a bit of a run, it might feel like I'm pushing up against your values, embrace it. Only if what you've presently been doing is not that dream life right now. Like if you don't have that dream life right now, then maybe surrender to it. Don't take it all on as logically true. Don't trust me. There's just my experience. But if your life isn't where you want it, in other words, you're not having that dream life, then maybe there's something to that. Maybe we've got to show up for ourselves. And do you know what? There's no greater love than showing up for yourself, because you get all the love beyond that from people, from things, but you're the one who has to start first. Showing up for yourself is the most loving thing. Not helping everyone, not just kind of being depleted in energy because you're just a people pleaser. No, dial it back and go, I'm going to go all in for me. That is the greatest act of self-kindness, grace, and love. When you start to be there for you. Because maybe people weren't there for us in the past. Sad, but it happens. But if we're not showing up for ourselves, then how can we expect other people to do so too? It's just one of those things, but as I always say, it is good news, because it means you have the ability to do something about it right now. You get the opportunity. You get to do the work. You get to live. You get to love. You get those time spaces, those opportunities right here, right now, tomorrow, today, in the next hour, all of those things. The opportunity is always around you, always around you. You just got to take that action upon it by showing up for yourself. Now, of course, if you ever needed my personal help, if you resonate with me as a person and you feel like, yeah, I've got the imposter syndrome, maybe 1 and 2, no matter where you are on that scale, or you wanted to work with me, get those custom hypnosis sessions, you are a professional, you're committed, you're going to show up for me and you're going to show up for yourself, you can go ahead to josephclough.info/talk, where you get to work with us for 8 weeks. And I say us because it's not just me. You get to work with those within my sphere of transformation. Yes, there is an investment. It is not free. It is one where you go all in, but trust me, if it does resonate with you, life will never be the same again, and you will be able to reach to the most crazy levels that you can even imagine. It's crazy. josephclough.info/talk. You go ahead and book a time, you fill out an application, and if you're a good fit, we'll go ahead and see if we can serve you, get you to where you want to be, all within 8 weeks, no matter if you've had it for decades. But you got to be ready to do the work and make that change. So with that, I look forward to speaking to you in a future episode. Many thanks and goodbye. My voice. Let's change the music. I made a mistake in the beginning. I wanted this one, so we'll bring it back right now. I see some comments coming in from before. Is this is before I went into the episode, so you don't know if you have to clarify that, so feel free, Mary. It could be about when I go live. At them presently, unless I change things to a diet, about 1 a week. At the moment, you should know by now, 3 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. East Coast, 11 p.m. in the United Kingdom on Mondays and Fridays. Hey Cheryl, great to have you here. Welcome to the stream. Is there a difference between... I'm gonna bring it up. Is there a difference between self-worth and self-esteem? I know it's easier to show up for others than myself. So, good question. I think of essence. Essence. Think of energy. So you've got self-worth and self-esteem. They will have a similar but maybe different essence or energy. So someone might go, oh, I don't feel worthy. That's an essence or an energy, which may be different from I'm not good enough or I'm not valuable. But with that, they are similar essences. They just operate slightly differently, or we gratify... I'm trying to... What was the word I'm like? Not gravity. Gravity toward them? That's what I'm thinking of. So, you know the word I'm thinking about. It tends to let's go with energy wise. It resonates with you what more. So most people, by the way, will show up for others, and that's the people pleasing aspect, which can be an effect. It's very kind that you are, but if we're doing it in an over way where it's not for ourselves or it's at the disadvantage of self, then that can be a big issue. But self-worth or self-esteem, very similar, but it depends what resonates. So you got a low self-esteem or low self-worth. If one resonates, that's just how it is. It is just semantics, really. That's what I think. Wow, you covered a lot of ground. I love these power talks. Yes, self-sabotage or waiting for the other shoe to drop. We are worthy of a magical life. Yes. Look at that. I like it. So I'm just catching up with the comments. Yeah, the whole of last year was get to. That was my theme. I get to go to work. I get to work out. You got to work out. I get to work out. I gotta go to work. I get to go to work. I've got to see that person I don't like. Well, I get to not see them, maybe. Who knows? Oh, thank you so much, Jen. I appreciate that. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a short one. And then ideas were popping into my head as we were going along. So, on one thing, why is your comment box not the width of my screen? It should be the length. Like that. But yours is like that. Look how much longer. Which Mary's doesn't need to be that long. But with a double sentence, I would like it to be long. Like that. Let's see if it sticks. Probably not. We did it. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate you. Very, very kind. Nice. In tune, in sync. We are entangled. There's a book, good book by, I think it's Dean Radin, called Entanglement, I think. How things are synchronistic entanglement. Oh, good, Cheryl. No problems whatsoever. Appreciate your kind words. Yeah, just 3 at the moment. Well, it's been this way for a long time. Mondays and Wednesdays. I do like I say I do Instagram stories. I don't do Instagram stories. Other than the ones late at night when I'm just like writing notes on my phone. Then that's me. But Sarah, my assistant, posts in the I think she does. I send her what I'm doing this week, and then she tends to just put them out on the day on Instagram. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. On fire. On fire. I've got too many. That's meant to be fire. It's like I'm in a washing machine or something. I still need to do a Void stream. Whereas I don't even know where I put my Void streams. This will be my Void. See, now I can just sit down. Yes. Gravitate was the word I was looking for. Or I choose to. Yeah, I choose to. Well, thank you. So I like the Void because I don't have to speak much. Yeah. And then I'm back from the Void into the blue Void. Whoop, whoop. Be safe, my man. Oh my goodness. We've been streaming for 57 minutes, as in me on screen, excluding the countdown. I said it was going to be a short one as well. That's did it. Every time I say it's going to be a short one, it goes long. So where else before we close off? We're now in Bucharest on the app. Someone in Bucharest, which is what, Romania? Is it Romania? Yeah. We've got now Perth, Melbourne, Brisbane, Arlington in America, Chicago, a couple of people in Chicago, Antioch. What is that place? Let's zoom in. It's in California. You might know this, Mina. It's because I know you're that part of the world. Do you know Antioch? Antioch. Oh dear. I clicked. Someone from there. It's near San Francisco, but you might know it. And there's someone in Chico as well. You might know that. Got Copenhagen, someone's listening to the podcast. We've got Amsterdam now. We've got Birmingham still. Cardiff. Buxton. Buxton's a really nice place. I haven't been to Buxton for a long time. You know, Buxton Water, right? And there's also Buxton. What's the other place near Derby? I don't know. Anyway, not for what I can see. Med in Facebook Med, you always say Mongolia for everything, I think. Am I shutting down now? Yeah. I don't know if you can hear this that loudly. I might have to start the music. Stop the music. It's not that loud. I've got a message to take as well, so... Cool, yeah, I have had a thought about it. It's probably not going to be until August, September, probably September or just before I leave for England in October. Thank you for subscribing, Dan, if you're on the stream or if you're listening to some of my other live streams right now, or if you're watching a video of mine. Thank you ever so much for subscribing. Thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, Bay Antioch. What was it? Was it Antioch? Did I say it that way? We've got quite a lot of people in Ireland now as well. Oh no, it's OCH at the end. Anti, then OCH, unless you meant to. The K and the H is pretty close together on a keyboard, so. No, not if I can see. It might be. True. We always have some... I'm not saying it's you, Mary. People who instigate conversations, but I'm not going to say it's you. Yeah. You can choose to think it is you instigating. But I wouldn't say that. Oh, wow, that's interesting. I find all that stuff interesting. Like the names of the different places based on the history and the people who either emigrated there, took over lands there, not always for nice reasons, but, you know, like just for different names based on the settlements and so on. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense with the CH. Yeah. But yeah, that's the place though. Someone's listening now. Kind of close to your area of the world anyway. Closer than mine. Oh my goodness, it's 4 minutes past 4. 3 minutes past 4 for me. I've got to edit this. I've got to eat again, which is a struggle. We've got someone in Norway now. It'd be better if I could show you this, but every time it does it, it's tricky. It's tricky. I'm not making it up, in other words. 84 users right now. Yeah, so you gave me on different tangents. When I was in Egypt, I went to Luxor, Valley of the Kings. The tour guide, excuse me, Windy Pop. The different dynasties was fascinating. Like all these different dynasties was crazy. And then when I was in Thailand and just like seeing all the historic stuff, like huge, like, oh my goodness, I'm falling over. 100-foot tall Buddhas, or on all that kind of crazy cool stuff. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. 9 a.m. Day's just starting. So there you go. It's 4:04 p.m. I'm gonna get going. I've got to get some work to do. So I got a message to reply to. Because now I set I'm on another run. When I go live, I go into do not disturb mode automatically, but I only set up to 4 o'clock. So now I'm seeing all the messages come in, which I need to take care of here and there. That's another place. When I went to Israel, I've been to all the main locations, say the biblical locations. Fascinating. Really, like even the quarters, like all the different religious kind of groups in the different quarters. This is crazy. Like fascinating, crazy. But anyway, I'm going to be back on Friday. Once this stream ends, it'll either take you there, which it rarely ever does for me, but there'll be a little box where you can click and you can just hit the subscribe or the notification bell. And I believe it's going to be a really good hypnosis session. I cannot remember what it is, but it's going to be a good one. I think, oh yeah, it is going to be really good. It's going to be a create your day meditation. Like how to just kind of create what you want. Oh, I know. I'm trying to think when I was in Turkey, if we did anything. We actually flew from Turkey to Egypt. Oh, my mic went out. So we were in Turkey and we flew out for a day to Egypt to see like the Red Sea, the River Nile, and a place like that. I'm trying to think. I don't know if we went around Israel, but then you got like Greece and all those different places. Everywhere really is pretty sacred, if you think about it. Thank you, Mad. Thank you, Mina. Thank you, Mary. Everyone have a wonderful day, and I will speak to you all soon. Many thanks, and by the way, I'm not live on Wednesdays like this next stream will say. Just a Monday and a Friday. Many thanks. Bye-bye.